Hi everyone, this is your high level spirit guide. I will ask to come through the cards 1, 2 or 3, and I'm also offering spirit guide drawings. If you're interested, the link is in the description bar. And concentrate on 1, 2 or 3. You can pause the video and I'm gonna get started on your reading. Okay, I'm gonna get started with 1. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, there are 8 qualities that our spirit guides are helping us with, and I've taken out the 8 cards that are describing those. It's like initiations, it's divine timing, it is knowledge, it is certain areas of our lives where our guides are helping us. And it's different areas of our lives and in different situations. So for pile 1, creator 1, I'm asking pile 1's divine spirit guide to come through and show me through these 8 cards what is pile 1 learning currently. What are their guides helping them with, their high level spirit guides? What is it for pile 1? Show me. Through the love of the creator, we're asking the guides to come through. I do straight away feel that they're really helping pile 1 to avoid danger, to sense it before it arrives. So you have to listen to your intuition. They're telling you when there is a snake in the grass, okay, ready to bite. And so listen to that, and they will come through your dreams as well. You will dream about them when there's danger around. They want you to completely avoid it. Okay, show me pile 1. Okay, what is this? Oh, here we go. King of Swords can show up when there is danger. King of Swords, when it's your spirit guides, actually want you to almost be able to they want to give you special abilities to sense danger. So think of this is like the lie detectors coming out here, and the danger senses. They also want you to work with time, the law of time, and also challenge what you think is or isn't possible. And if your timeline is taking you on straight into danger, then ask and pray to be taken into another timeline where you can avoid something that could be very difficult, if you know what I mean. Because as you can see, this is someone who's in a portal. So it's someone who works with a little bit laws that can be bent to jump timelines, to avoid certain things and disasters. And I'm gonna have a look also in the dice. So it's Cups reversed can speak of someone who's acting around you, who's an actor, who pretends. So be careful, because there is a snake in the grass in your life, and they want you to avoid being bitten by this snake, if you know what I mean. And this is Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is someone who's a little bit naive. So basically they want you to see the truth about someone in your life that is very good at pretending. But maybe you believe this person because you don't think that someone can intentionally deceive you, maybe with a straight face the way this person can. Okay, what else? Let me see if I get any direct messages as well. I feel like it can be someone who maybe have had a problem with addictions, and they are not addicted to getting attention from you. Instead, it's like they're filling the void with getting a lot of attention, because it could be someone who basically you need to kind of fill them up all the time. And because you have this is the Empress, a very nurturing, loving energy about you, and it's kind of intoxicating to this person. But they just will see this person more as someone that you need to be a little bit careful of. Here we get the Moon. So you don't know everything about this person, but the reason you're in this situation you're in now they basically want you to start asking questions about, just question things now. The moon, the blessing of the moon, the curse of the moon is that you're in dark about something. But the blessing is that you're gonna ask new questions that will completely liberate you from something that otherwise would have maybe been like a situation that wouldn't get resolved otherwise. So there's always a blessing in the sky, and they're trying to get you to ask different types of questions. What should pile 1 ask? The Fool, a little bit reversed, so it's who you put your faith and how you put your faith into. So it can mean 2 things: being overly foolish or being too cynical. They want you to have balance between those 2. So they don't want you to be so rational that you become cynical, but they don't want you to be so optimistic that you become foolish. They're helping you to find balance. They want you to find balance in all things. And they want to, if because they're very protective of you actually, and I almost get the feeling that you are like their baby. And I don't want to say it in a patronizing way, but they want to carry you, lift you, and hold you up high. And so that you can get a really high perspective on things. Okay, why did you say baby? Why is that? Queen of Cups. So it's like it's your spiritual mother basically that's coming through. We have spiritual parents, and they are different from our parents here. So it's our spiritual parents. Your spiritual mother is saying this. They don't want you to fall victim of a fraud, of lies and deception. They want to teach you to see the truth, but they don't want you to be cynical in the process. So they want to keep you open to mysteries, to believe in all things that are magical, that is possible to do, that we don't even have a clue about. And if you knew, we would be amazed at how the universe works. And at the same time, don't make you so hopeful, like don't open you up so much that you get taken advantage of by someone who then will use your faith against you. So that's what they're working on. It's like tricky business. But they know they can do it if they can heal your heart, because maybe your heart has been broken and maybe you've had a lot of disappointments and put your faith in the wrong people, and they want to heal your heart. This is 8 of Cups, and I want to help you heal it's 8 of Cups reversed. Heal your codependency issues, and especially if you let go of your own dreams. And maybe you didn't know what you wanted, because you never really filled your own desires. You maybe followed what someone else wanted instead. And I want you to think about, what would you, if you had a wand in your hand and you could have everything you want, what would make you the most fulfilled? And it's never money and power and things like that. Because people who have money and power are the most unhappy people in the world. Yes, we need money to pay our bills and to have less stress in our lives. But at some point, it's not what's filling our souls. So they want you to think, what is it truly? And maybe you need money to get those things, but what is it truly that will fill your soul? And once you know, it'll be a lot easier to manifest. Eight of Swords. They really want to be able to have a direct communication with you. That's what they want, that's what they wish. They don't want there to be confusion between you and them. You're on the same team. Okay, what else? They want you to believe in your own thoughts and ideas. Because your own thoughts and ideas are very, very... They're very pure and they're very aligned to everything they're trying to teach you. It's just the noise of everyone in this world can sometimes get in between. But then when you build confidence in yourself and you know that you are right and you're righteous, and there's been things you've been right about that maybe you never got credit for or maybe there were people sort of talking against your argument and things like that. But they want you to have confidence, and you do. They're building you up to have confidence in your own thoughts, your ideas, and they want to break any codependency issues that's been there in the past. Ace of Cups. So they want you to... I feel like you have some kind of healing ability. You could be an artist, actually. I do feel like you do art in a way that heals people. There's something artistic about you, that once you're in the flow of art and creating, that's when you're healing. You're healing yourself and the world with art. I was wondering if Seven of Cups would turn up. I actually thought this was Seven of Cups, this Eight of Cups reversed. But yeah, Seven of Cups reversed is when maybe people are... So Seven of Cups reversed shows up sometimes when there's nowhere to really... when the daydreams have turned into kind of... when the thoughts and everything becomes a bit stressful. So where you should be daydreaming and recharging, instead it's like dealing with stressful thoughts. They don't want you to have stressful thoughts. They want you to work on your creativity and the flow and the joy and the happiness that gives you. I'm going to get one more card from this pile of the 8 just to support the King of Swords. When you ask different questions and you get influence from a little bit of a different source of where you've been getting your information from, you will get the sun. And in the moon, you know, when everything is a little bit scary when it's dark, you know, you think it's a monster, and then you turn the light on, it was just a coat hanging on a coat hanger, you know what I mean? It's like that with the moon. When the sun takes away all the fear. So they just want you to move towards the sun. They want you to... If where you get your information from is very fearful and maybe it's kind of weakening you, and especially if it weakens your immune system, you know, it's something untruthful, because when we are in truth, our immune system becomes very, very strong. That's why the sun in tarot also speaks of having a very healthy spirit, because the spirit, when we're in truth and we're not being propagandized and manipulated into a lie, we're actually so healthy. Our immune system is incredibly healthy straight away, and it's actually also healing trauma as well. So there could have been trauma here as well, and they want you to for some of you are mothers yourself, and there could be fears around a baby as well. So whatever fears has been put in your head, they want to tell you the truth so that you don't have to be fearful. And something fell out, and it was the Hermit. So they really want to tell you the truth about things. So that will take away a lot of your pain and your stress and where you've been led astray a little bit, because this Knight of Cups reversed is often someone who is a bit of it's someone who puts on an act. And maybe they told you something that wasn't truthful, and maybe it's affected your life in a way that caused you stress. So I'm going to put these two here. I'm going to read with the rest of the cards. But first, I just want to also ask the dice as well. So, okay, show me create a wall in the dice. Travel. So they want you to get away from a situation that isn't fruitful to you. That's what they want. Here we see Isas walking away from Therisas. Again, you're walking away or being guided to walk away. Could be for some a relationship actually, because we can see Evas there, which is a relationship rune. But Evas really is kind of walking away. So it could be that you will walk away from a situation that hasn't been positive, or you have to have your boundaries out all the time, and it's taken up a lot of your energy actually to have to kind of constantly be like in self-protection mode all the time and not being able to kind of relax, and so they're just acknowledging that's been stressful for you. So I'm gonna also have a look in the cards, in the rest of the cards. I divided them up now. I'm doing this new way of reading where I take out 8 cards that really speaks of what we go through a lot with our guides, and then I read with the rest of the cards. I do a tutorial on this as well in maybe my next video. Okay, show me, Creator, show me the guides of pile 1 coming through and giving a message. For a high level spirit guide, and now we get 7 of Cups at the bottom. So some of you could be looking for answers. Some of you could be very drawn to the art world and getting a lot of inspirations and even messages from your guides in the art world as well. There is one Instagram page that I love called Beautiful Bizarre. I think it's called Beautiful Bizarre. I'll link it. And you can ask your guide to give you a number, and once they give you a number, you just count, and you see the picture in Beautiful Bizarre that correlates to that number, and there's like an answer there. So that's a really fun way to do it. I love that Instagram channel. Basically, it's a perfect channel to do readings from. Just ask your guides or creator to give you a number, and it will take you to something about your life that will answer a specific question. So Ace of Cups, yeah, your creativity is, but you have been distracted, because when you get 2 of Wands upright, it's always like the person they can see the path ahead very clearly, what is best for them to do. But when it's crossing, it's almost like they're going to do something that isn't the best for them to do for whatever reason. So maybe it's been difficult to make an intuitive decision. So we're going to look a little bit more in. So they want to give you second eyes. Again, this is a female motherly energy coming through. It's your spiritual mother. They want you to see the truth. They want to give you the eyes of this fox here, so that no one can ever lie to you or take advantage of you in any kind of way, because there has been hurt in your past, and maybe even in the distant past too. It could have been a pattern of being let down, they're saying. And they want to give you, see those eyes there. They want you to see through it all and see the truth, because truth is justice actually. No one, once you have the truth, you have justice. And a lot of times just knowing that the truth has been revealed is enough to give people peace, because there needs to be justice, they're saying, and this something could have been initiated as well, like potentially was judgment as well. So love. So creator of all, there is no law for love. When I'm talking about the laws, like law of judgment, karma, time, synchronicities, which is what we're doing now, they are the laws. But creator of all is just love. You don't need law for love, but basically it means something. I do think that something will be put right in your life that wasn't right. So if you missed out on love, there's been a love fraud, or it's been something wrong in relationships, then something will be set right when it comes to relationship, and it will give you a stronger foundation in your family life, because you're committed, you're a committed person. Here we get, you know, just after 10 of Pentacles, we're getting the Empress. It's like you're committed fully. We get both the Empress and the Emperor, actually. And Temperance. Temperance is in others' position. Can be a Sagittarius or someone who has a lot of Sagittarius influence. This is actually someone who's very beautiful. The symbolism is Baldur in the garden, I named it, but it's actually also connecting to Hinduism and all the beautiful images in Hinduism. So it's basically speaking of something that's incredibly beautiful and wonderful. And if it's reversed, it becomes just elements that poison each other rather than enhance each other. But when it's upright, it is something in your life, someone in your life that is enhancing you. So you know if it's enhancing you or not enhancing you. We'll see what else shows up, because I'm going to read with the alignment. We get Fool, which is in surprise position, which means you're going to be very impulsive and it's going to be very, very unexpected. And then we get the King of Cups. So there is someone in your life who is a very strong influence in your life. And there's a strong focus on this person. This person could be a healer type, could be a doctor or a vet or something to do with healing. And with the 2 and with the cups, I'll do it like this actually. We are actually getting an alignment of relationship actually. So there's a relationship in your life that's very karmic, they're saying. That you might become very impulsive in this relationship. But this could also influence you to make a decision that you normally wouldn't make, and the guides are not 100% sure if they agree with this decision. So creativity. It's going to ultimately be good for your creativity, but they're also very protective of you. So why is that? Why is that? 9 of Pentacles, okay. You've had some kind of success in your life, something that's gone your way. And they just want you to be careful that no one is drawn to you because of the successes, that it's genuine. That's what they want to say. Because even though 9 of Pentacles is a very positive card, it is also a very humanitarian. It's also a very humanitarian card, as all the 9s are. All the 9s are humanitarian. So it's like you have all this success, you have all this business savvy, you know, common sense attitude, but you're such a humanitarian that for some of you could throw it all away to go and rescue someone, and that's what they're saying. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to throw anything away. So they want you to have good boundaries. And so who is this King of Cups here? Show me. Yeah, so 3 of Swords. It could be someone who's a bit of a heartbreaker, and it could be because this person is so good at... King of Cups is like a master at reading people's emotions. So they want you to get to know this person. If this is a new person in your life, to get to know this person really, really well before you make a big decision what to do. That's what they want to say. Because the right question about this particular person has not been asked yet. And they want you to ask it. And then they will tell you. But you can even ask to see the truth about this person and know everything about, like, that you know everything that you need to know before you make a major decision about your future and this person. If you ask that, they will give it to you. Then you can make an informed decision what to do. So that's what they wanted to tell you. Pile 1, we get one last message from the cards. So I'm going to use only the 8 cards again, so then we're getting a third message. The Hermit. So you will always get the answer when you ask, but I feel like for some of you, this person could lead you into a hailstorm, because we get Hagalas. And they will, if you go through it, they will guide you through it and you will get through it. but they can help you also avoid this storm, or at least lessen it a little bit. So what is it about this person, Creator? Show me. What is it about this person? So when Otala is reversed, it's usually something that is about someone is, they have something with amoral. So they could be, there's something wrong with their morals, basically. That's what they're saying. And maybe they want you to hurry up and make a decision, because that can be the case. And maybe, yeah, you have a lot of options right now. But maybe it's very tempting to go with this one here, Otala reverse, because it's a bit, you know, it stands out as maybe a unique opportunity. But they want you to be careful. Okay. One last. They want you to, because now we got Otala upright and Dagas upright. They want you to connect to them much more than you have been. And they will guide you through. Yes, it might not be as dramatic and as, you know, it's not going to be a wild and crazy adventure. But a wild and crazy adventure that you might not come back from is not an adventure that you should take. So they want to take you, they want you to connect to them, and they will help you move forward, and it will be an initiation to be more like the hermit. And that's Ivas. Ivas is the hermit as well. Ivas is actually a very positive rune. It is a rune for constant rejuvenation. And it's actually Yggdrasil, basically. It's just, they want you to know that life is endless. You're gonna always come back no matter what you do. But there is a more harmonious way of living your life. Much more harmonious way. And they want to show you it, so that you're actually going to break a cycle in your life. And they want to guide you, and the people that you meet, if they get to help you and guide you, let's see. Well, they're not showing. Let's do another one. The Berkana showing up. So it's people that will make you grow and be strong. You'll be planted like a seed and you grow like a tree. So this is actually a divine feminine. So you'll be more like a divine feminine, and if you're a man watching this, you'll be connected then to your divine feminine. So it will help balance out your divine feminine, whether you're a male or a woman. And if you are a male, you can meet then your divine feminine. And if you are a woman, you'll be the divine feminine. So let's do one more. It's all about who you are becoming, not so much what other people are doing. So they're trying to make it like, they really want you to focus on who you are becoming. That's the most important thing right now. And be less focused on relationship right now. More focused on who you are becoming. Because it's a whole journey here of the, you know, it's a soul's journey basically. And, you know, who you're becoming now, you can take with you in many future lifetimes. And they're also saying that if you really develop in this lifetime, your future lifetimes will be so much easier. So they're saying that as well. So they have a much bigger perspective on things than what you have right now. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you think. Bye! Okay everyone, pile 2. I do offer spirit guide art for those of you who are interested in it. And I also want to say that this reading calls on your highest spirit guide. There might be more than one coming through. And some of the messages will also be from the Creator Wall. And the reason for that is when they come through the Creator Wall, it's very in line with Creator. And sometimes I will slip into asking Creator directly. But I'm calling on your highest spirit guide to come through and guide you. To come through and give us a message. And I'm using these 8 cards are cards inside my deck that I picked out specifically to be from the spirit guide, because there are 8 major lessons and initiations that they're helping us through. So we'll see. So I'm going to start by drawing a card from this pile. The first thing I'm being told is, for some of you, you thought you made a mistake. And you are thinking, I made a mistake, I need to change it, rectify it, or whatever. So we're going to get a higher perspective on it, but that's just what they are telling me right now, that they think, that you think that it was a mistake. Okay, Creator, well, asking for the guides to come through and show us what's going on. Okay. Okay, so yeah, okay. 9 of Wands. This is about protecting something, and maybe you feel like you have to, that you are unable to protect something, or you haven't been able to protect something. So you're gonna ask the dice as well, what is going on with protecting? Show us, Creator. Ace of Swords. So it could be that you you knew something, and maybe for some you didn't know how to speak up or act on it. Well, which one was it? Show us. 6 of Swords reverse. It could be that you got pulled in the wrong direction for whatever reason. And so, okay. And 6 of Cups. It could be the regrets in regards to the past. And for a lot of people in this group, it could be a little bit stuck in the past because of it. And they're saying it has actually initiated your spiritual development. And that's why it happened. It was there to initiate your spiritual development. So that's important to keep in mind, that your practice now is what was the outcome that was destined to be. Okay, show us more about the practice. So 9 of Cups means that your spiritual practice will be, for many of you, even part of your life moving forward, even as an occupation as well. So it's there to safeguard your life, but to make it really enjoyable and abundant. So the Devil reverse. So they're actually saying that you avoided something much worse by this situation. So this situation that you're asking about, and maybe you've had some regret around it, was actually allowed to happen so that you avoid something worse in the future. And it was an initiation to rescue you from something that would happen later on, that you would have been dragged into if this hadn't happened. I hope that makes sense. So, and now we're getting Queen of Cups a little bit sideways. It can mean that now that you have more of an understanding, you're kind of judging things that happened in the past. But again, I feel like what happened was there to teach you something again, to avoid something later on. But they want you to also avoid hooking into, so like you're trying to avoid the influence of something that's negative. So what is this? So 4 of Wands reverse. It's something that will weaken your foundation. And they may be very aware of something in your life that will weaken your foundation. I'm going to ask these dice as well. So you get Success reversed. So it's like something that will take away from your success. And what is that? Show me. 2 of Cups. Okay, why 2 of Cups? Okay, so they want to, because these two are now in alignment. Okay, so you could having to challenge a little bit what is your definition of success, because love is success, truth is success. So when you're in a relationship when you love someone with your whole heart, and the other person loves you with their whole heart, that's success. So they want to give you discernment on relationship, and most likely they're helping you open your heart as well to relationship, because some of you could be very much focused on what's pile 2? We see if I'm correct, but it could be that, yeah, for focus on too much on business. I didn't want to say it, but we got it in the dice now. So that's 10 of Pentacles. It's like very business oriented, but they want you to also focus on relationship, because it actually has an alignment here to a relationship, and it's a very beautiful relationship. It's actually linked in with your spiritual growth and will also help you in business, but it's not going to be business and then relationship. I think it's more going to be a very beautiful relationship, and then it's business blossoming because you're blossoming in the relationship. Show us. Yeah, so get Page of Swords. So this is a relationship that very much is someone who is a very unique person, who is very gifted, naturally gifted as well. So this is someone who also will connect you to the world in a different way as well. Some of you could meet this person on the internet. Some people could have already met this person. It's already someone you're with. This is someone you could also meet while you're traveling. This is someone who could be very different to you actually, and you're actually working out cultural differences between you. Yeah, so it could be a little bit of communication difficulties because you get 8 of Swords. So I'm going to get another card from this particular deck. Okay, give us some more answers. Knight of Cups. So this is, they actually want to open your heart to be more romantic, in the romantic mood. They want you to be more, this is like a poet almost, like it's someone who is knows how to communicate to you and waken up your emotions. That's what's happening here. And home. So this is someone who, whatever country you're from, whatever country this person is from, will have a homey feel. So that it makes the world smaller, because it's like, even, yeah, because some of you, I feel like you could be from different countries, but it's like you see how the world can be really small, because suddenly you meet someone who might be completely from another country, speak another language, and it's like home, even though you could be culturally different. So that's what they're saying. So it could be that, it could be that, it could also be that you are being awakened to see things from a business perspective and more from a personal perspective. I'm going to cast the runes. Sometimes the world speaks of politics as well, and rules and regulations. It could be that your life is also influenced by politics in one way or the other, and by rules and regulations. So they want you to also see, basically they want to connect you to your heart, so that you see everything more through the eyes of an artist. That's what they want to do. So, and also they put morals, your guides are putting morals that are very high. That's like the highest. So when you feel and see things through your heart, it's like you can't make the wrong decisions then, because you're making it from the heart. So it's like a lot of empathy, but not empathy without understanding. Empathy with understanding, because without understanding, empathy becomes like something that's very dangerous. Then you suddenly end up making a very terrible mistakes, and then you're just being manipulated basically. So it's like wisdom and empathy, creating values, a value system and morals that will make you a very stable, heartfelt, kind, generous person. But there has been hail in your life, and they do see that could be the past actually, and it's on a lower level. But I feel like relationship is what saved this pile. So if you're in a relationship now, or if you're going into one, it kind of took you away from hail and it raised you up straight into where they want you to be. So it could be that you got help, or you helped someone, and something was put in motion through some humanitarian, heartfelt effort on your behalf, or that you were involved in. But it's almost like you could pull out of, feels almost like a bit of a vacuum. and into a position, but it looks like a relationship. And it kind of rose you up to Vunjo, Algis. This is your spiritual team here. And he's the highest level spirit guide here is Otala. It could also be a god from your ancestors who really wants to basically keep you on the straight and narrow forward, because they have something very specific planned for you that is your, most likely looks like your divine timing. So let's do the dice again for divine timing. Success is a little bit reversed again. So basically what they want you to do is to know in your heart's heart that you deserve success without sacrificing personal relationship. Like, you don't have to sacrifice personal relationship for success, and you don't have to sacrifice success for personal relationship. I'm going to get some clarification on this. And we are getting, again, Otala at the highest. So it could be that the business you're in could make you have to compromise your morals, or there's something about maybe also a relationship that you feel like there's something about your belief system that maybe is compromised a little bit. But I feel like this is a high level soulmate or a divine masculine here in the Knight of Cups. Also get Ingus here. But there's been some time that has gone between these two cards. So Nine of Wands is in the past, and there's a new timeline. There's been a shift, and there's a new timeline operating in your life, and maybe you're in between at the moment, and maybe that feels a little bit awkward because you could be in between and creativity. So this in between phase you're in now, they want you to spend time on your creativity and think, and also spend it wisely as well, because now it's really a time for you to be a bit philosophical about life. Philosophy and questioning your own belief systems, to see what do I actually believe, and what should be the aim about money. So what is your beliefs about money? And yeah, they want you to know how much you are invested in money. So for example, do you tie your self-worth into money? Do you think you have more worth if you have money, or do you or is your worth independent from how much money you're earning or have in the bank? That's number one question. So they want you to develop a strong sense of self, independent on how much money you got and how much money you're earning. And they don't also want you to attract people in your life and relationships in your life that loves you for you and not because of money. That's what they're saying. That's really important. So they have a high standard also in the people that are coming into your life. So, and that's because of they want you to have a strong sense of who you are, and they want you to accept people from your heart to their heart, and vice versa. So if they don't have good hearts, but they might really love money, but they don't have good hearts, they want you to have the discernment to walk away from people like that. So let's also do the Celtic cross. So we ask for more answers in the Celtic cross. What is going on with pile 2? What are you helping them with? Pile 2. So there could be a few. This card is Knight of Swords, is a very good card, but in my deck you can see the eyes are cold. It could mean that you've dealt with a few people like this that have been a bit challenging, and maybe some of them could have been frenemies, and sometimes Knight of Swords do speak of an enemy as well. So they're just, so creativity reversal. It could be someone who blocked your creativity because they were nasty, and maybe you just go into, okay, I'm just going to earn money, forget about my creativity, I'm just going to be cynical, and that they just want to shift that energy out of your life. That's why we got the Devil reverse, because that was something they want you to avoid, and you have avoided it, but they want to shift this energy completely out of your energy and your aura and everything. Okay. Show me now the energy. What are you helping pile 2 with? Show me. could be some of you are very influenced by your guides actually, because you can see here Queen of Cups is very influenced by. For some of you, you're in an environment that is challenging, and for some of you, you're actually in a very political environment, and you could feel like it's a bit cold environment where there's no real warmth or help for anybody. You get 5 of Pentacles in a block position. That means that some of you are actually in some kind of social worker role as well, or that you have that very humanitarian heart and you turn your job into a social worker job, no matter what it kind of is. But they really want you to be more front and center. This is something you have done in your past lives. You get a dice for that, a success. So this is something that's gonna come to you quite easily. This is something you've done in your past life, and you develop in this area of your life many times before. And in your past, there's been miscommunication. There could have been miscommunications with people. It could be even from childhood that you hung on to something that maybe wasn't for your highest good. But they saved you from it. There was something that was going to lead you astray, but they saved you from it. And you got saved. They took you out of a situation. And they did that because they wanted you to be in a completely new environment. Here we see Ace of Pentacles, so Judgment to Ace of Pentacles. It's actually they want you to be in a place where you can earn a living. Because I'm not saying money is the enemy, it's the attachment we have to money. It's when we think our worth is money. You know, your worth is independent of money. But of course, your guides want you to be prosperous. They actually want you to earn God's money, which is gold and silver and minerals like that. So it's like they want you to have an abundance of security in your life, but they want you to know that your worth is independent of it. You're a very strong person. Some of you could be a boss. You could be dealing with a lot of complex issues actually. Some of you are your own employers, but you still have to deal with, again, government is still coming up a little bit. So it's like there are rules and regulations that you have to, follow and get trouble. It could also be that you want to get away from some of the restrictions that you're bound by in your role, and also that there's different rules in different places. And if you have met someone or you are connecting to overseas and you're dealing with different laws and rules, and so they're just this is something you actually are managing in your life right now. 10 of Pentacles in others position is that can mean where you're working, but it's often a partner, a spouse, or a future partner if you're single. And it could be someone who again is thinking a lot about the past. So it could be that it's someone from your past. It could also be that you are, for some of you, you're actually connecting to someone that you go back with a while, like way back. And both of you could be thinking, what if? What if you made different decisions? So this particular person here, there is 10 of Pentacles. When it's a person, it often speaks to someone who has a lot of abundance and security. If it's upright, if it's reversed, it's like money wasted. But almost always it's about generations and families. And often then it's like we think, what if I made this decision? What if I made... So it's like reflecting back on your life a little bit. So this person could be in a very reflective mode right now, but also enjoying the security as well. But they could have had a lot of... they could be like a big family, or there's someone in their family they're not connecting with as much as they wish they could. That's what they're saying. 3 of Cups. It could be that there's a reunion happening. It could be that there's a celebration. For some, you could meet someone at a party. There's some connecting with someone, and someone you have a lot in common with, you have a lot to talk about. And 3 of Swords in the outcomes. That can mean that this is actually an ex of yours that's reaching out to you, or you are still thinking about each other, you're still in each other's energy. And maybe there's a lot of unspokenness, but a lot of what happened, they say 8 of Swords, a lot of it is a karmic pattern from way back, and it could even be past life. This is someone you could have had a past life with, even going through kind of the same issues. So let's find out more. It could be that there's a lot of energy ties between it. It's hard to be liberated from this particular person. I got travel reverse. It's like it's almost impossible to escape because it's like energy hooks. So ask Creator or ask your guide to help you through the Creator wall to re-establish a loving connection to this person. And it doesn't mean anything other than that the unhealthy hooks get cut. And there's unconditional love, whatever that will be then. You're not forcing anything, they're not forcing anything, it will be what it is. And in this regard, let's get some of the cards back. In this regard, what are you learning? So this is something you learned in many past lives now. It actually is to heal from heartache and to talk about things that are difficult. And I think some of you will also help people you will help young people actually. That's what I feel a lot of you will be. You could be mentoring people and helping people who find, just growing up difficult. So some of you could be in a role where you are literally saving people because your guide saved you, and you're able to, with everything that you've been through, to help other people. So you could be helping people and just make decisions that will make their lives better, because it's almost like some of you, and this is just for some, could work in a crisis care for people who are in complete crisis. So that's for some of you. And maybe it has affected your personal life. So what you're doing for a living is also affecting your personal life to some extent. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So maybe you feel a bit invisible because this Seven of Pentacles is one of the guides that it's actually a very powerful card, even though people think Seven of Pentacles is not a very powerful card. But it is, so this is someone who blends in. Because there's something you're learning in your life now that if you stand out too much, you won't get the lesson. But at the same time, they're encouraging you to be more front and center as well. So it's like you must have hid a little bit in your life up until now. And that was for a reason. Maybe you didn't voice your opinions when you think you should have, and so it's a little bit of that judging past decisions. But you were blending in because it was things that you needed to learn. Again, for something that was going to happen later on when you needed to be prepared. Now you can come more front and center, but I don't think it was time when you thought you should have. So it's a little bit of that judging yourself. If you've been isolated, for those of you who have been isolated, you are going to be more front and center, and people will start to see and notice you because many of you are actually spiritual teachers. Many of you are spiritual teachers, like I said. Your spiritual development that happened as a result of everything that happened before that we talked about in the dice that came, when it was a little bit of when there was it was like almost like being in a vacuum. That's all. It was like, it was just, it could have felt very lonely and empty for a lot of you, but they wanted you to have that experience because it pushed you towards your spiritual development, and they knew they needed they needed for you to have that experience so that you now can be on your journey towards spiritual enlightenment, actually, which is what the Hermit has reached. So it's like a new time being set in your life, but it would have been very difficult in the past with Hail in Eight of Swords. You would have felt like you were hanging on to things just for survival. And even if it wasn't good for you, you had to hang on to something. But what their lesson for you was hanging on to something, thinking this is what I need for survival, is not really, it's actually an illusion. And they wanted you to know that it was an illusion, because it was actually all along your creativity that was what you should have hung on to, because they will come through and help you with your creativity, creative thinking. It's not judgment at all. It's actually they teach you by opposite. So now you know that your creativity is what you can hang on to, your creative ideas, you're thinking outside the box, you're able to pull rabbits out of hats, you're able to be different from the crowd. You can both blend in and be different from the crowd. So you're like a shapeshifter actually. And then you know that you can be self-reliant. It takes away a lot of the fears actually. So it has been maybe a very isolating journey for some. But you're a little bit ahead of your time, and I'm going to do a timing, because when you get the 3s and you don't get the pages, it basically means you're a bit ahead of time. But the alignment, before I do the timing, I just want to do the alignment, because there is an alignment here in security. So they just want you to know, and you have your divine Father watching over you, that you have spiritual protection, and they are looking after your security, and that's what they want you to know. So these were also your guides in your past lives as well. So you're a bit ahead of your time. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look into a little bit into your future, just to see when people will understand what you were saying on a more of a group consciousness level, because it's a little bit like you're ahead of your time. So get a little bit of love reverse. It could be that it's about something that's very heartfelt for people. So let's have a look. It might be about relationships. It might be something that has gotten in between people. We're gonna see a little bit more. Okay, so through Creator Wall, we ask you high level spirit guide to answer when. When will everyone catch up with where you're at? Okay. So I'm just gonna stop when I see so it's about a year and between a year and a half. It's gonna, the penny will drop for most people. It's gonna be done very, very quickly. Why is it taking this long? It's the right people that need to understand. So it's certain people that you maybe have waited for to see things from more your perspective. And that will take maybe a little bit longer than expected, because it could be that the people that you've been wanting to understand are just going to be a little bit stubborn and not wanting to basically admit maybe they were wrong. It looks like they could have been wrong and you were right. But once people are coming together, the right people, then that is going to be very, very healing, and it's going to bring on a new future basically. So I hope that resonated with you guys. Creativity reverse, it can mean until then for a lot of people that maybe you're waiting for to catch up. They have creativity blocked because they need to see and realize something before they can have a shift in their consciousness, before it will sink in. They're spending a lot of time now to kind of push something away that maybe you've been wanting to talk about. Okay, so let me know how you go, pile 2, and also feel free to pick another pile if you feel drawn to another pile as well. Okay, so 3. And the way I do this reading is I call on your highest spirit guides through the creator wall. I use 8 cards in the I Am Tarot deck. You can use the same technique, and I'll do a tutorial later how you can do this. And then you separate these cards from the rest of the deck, and then you get your reading. And I also do spirit guide art now if you're interested in that. So for this part, I feel like it's really important that you are around people where you can be yourself, where you can open up and be yourself without having to hide who you are. That's the first message I got. Okay, let's do the dice. I got home, yeah. People you feel at home with, and you might already be there, but maybe it hasn't always been like that, or something that you are currently working on. So let's see, okay. Asking for the high level spirit guide to give us a message in the cards. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles. So that's basically mean blending very much in your environment. Maybe feeling like you have to fit in. That's actually a skill they're teaching you. So if you think that that's a negative thing, the reason 7 of Pentacles is part of the 8 cards that are our initiations and our lessons that we're learning and that our guides are helping us through is because this is actually one of the lessons that they are helping us with. It is to know how to blend in, because sometimes that's going to be very, very, very beneficial, believe it or not. It is hiding in plain sight. It's like being a secret agent, a spiritual secret agent, hiding in plain sight and getting the information out there from the inside out. So it's actually, you've been planted there as you're there to shift the energy, but you're doing it from the inside. So you're blending in, and maybe you're taking on characteristics as well that are very much similar to those around you, and maybe you feel like you lost a little bit of who you are. So we're going to ask a little bit more about that. And you can pray and ask that your true self shines through, and that you basically also you can ask to be put in the environment that is for your highest best and for your highest calling in this lifetime. So yeah, see, I told you, you're a secret agent. you're a spiritual agent. So you are there to be an agent, a spiritual agent, getting information out from the inside and shifting the energy from the inside, and also getting valuable information. There could be people here that actually are going to be whistleblowers, who are going to be able to speak about something, or even bear a witness to something because they have lived it, okay? So, okay, show me again what is, yeah, so now we got another page. So the pages are the information and keepers and spreaders. So it's like, it's word of mouth. It's hearing a testimony from the horse's mouth, hearing and understanding, because you either have lived through something or you heard someone who's shared their story and is really resonating with you, and also being able to share it in a way that it really resonates with people on a conscious level. That it's just, sometimes when people aren't ready to hear something, the pages don't show up. But when they show up in full, it means that people are ready to hear a message. They're ready for it. 8 of Cups. So 8 of Cups can mean that on some level, people in this pile feel, it has a little bit to do with 7 of Pentacles, that maybe you blended into your environment, and maybe you feel a little bit disillusioned by your environment as well on some level. And maybe you're thinking, where am I meant to be going? And here we get 9 of Wands, so it means you also need to protect what you already have. That's what they want you to know, that you also need to think about protecting what you already have. 7 of Pentacles also mean looking after your pentacles, and with 9 of Wands, it's protecting what you hold very dear in your life. And then we get 5 of Pentacles reversed. It could be that maybe you felt like the environment you're in has taken a bit of a toll on you on some level. Let's find out some more on this. So maybe you feel like it's a love reverse. So maybe you feel like there's been a lack of love connections, or more meaningful, deeper connections where you're at. get 7 of Wands reversed. So it's like, maybe you also feel like there's a big demand on you, but maybe you feel sometimes that you live another person's life and that you always have to be of service, but maybe you feel sometimes that, what about, it's like some of you have asked, am I being fruitful or am I just being busy? That's some of you have asked that. So let's see. 5 of Wands. So again, they're teaching you in the environment you're in, because you're meant to be in an environment where you learn a lot about yourself. And it could be also because people are very different from you, so you are learning. So you're learning to cooperate with people that are different to you. You are learning how to shift the energy in the environment that you're in. And you're learning how to also be an individual among other strong individuals as well. Strength. So it's building strength of character, courage. It's basically you are developing your personality. And now we got double 8, which means that there is a lot of wisdom in you, and this wisdom you're meant to share. Now we get Knight of Swords reversed. It could be that maybe you feel like certain thoughts or ideas are being suppressed in some way. So maybe you have to raise above an issue, or maybe you have to raise above certain people as well who act a certain way. Ten of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles is when we are, again, this is what you meant to also safeguard in your life. It is your security, actually. It is what you have already built up that is for your future. So security and income, it's often income you can rely on into the future, that it's still there, and you are meant to safeguard this for whatever is coming in the future. And what's that creator showing? Oh, this is, you guys are coming through the creator wall. Sometimes I slip into asking creator wall, and I asked this time, I said, what is it, creator wall? And it's your destiny, because we got Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so let's get it from your high level spirit guides perspective as well. We get 4 of Pentacles. So some of you will be actually quite wealthy. Some of you you'll invest your money really, really well. And you'll have your own business. And your business, 9 of Cups, is like a dream come true. And your enterprise will help people so much. And building on this enterprise is actually part of your divine timing. And it's also part of shifting the consciousness in where you're living, and people that have access to this enterprise, these goods and services, what you are offering the world. So let's get another message from your high level spirit guide. This is like a dream coming true for you, a wish fulfilled. Don't let anyone talk you out of this, because we got Knight of Swords reversed next to 8 of Cups. It could mean that someone is trying to talk you out of something that you really want to do, but the guides are saying you need to safeguard it, because this is what you're meant to be doing. So don't let anyone kind of manipulate you away from it, because this is what you're meant to be doing. So also I want to have a look at all the cards in the Celtic Cross as well. So I'm going to have a look in the runes as well, just to see what they're saying. Okay, so some of you have gone opposite of what people expected you to do. You see that with Lagus reversed and Ansus. It's almost like maybe people were expecting you to do one thing and then you did something completely different. And maybe you also feel like you have to, you have to maybe feel like, defend your position, but we get way up. You can't see it on camera because it's laid way up, is Bricana. And when you get a rune high up in layout, that is also the guides. That is like the highest level where they want to take you. And where Bricana is reversed, it's like you've been planted as a seed. And look at this here, 7 of Pentacles. It's like now it's not time to reveal everything to everyone. I mean, people want to know what you're up to because you got the pages. But they want to give you discernment on what you're sharing with people, because if you feel like you shouldn't be sharing too much, that's their guidance. And it has something to do with timing, actually. so that no one is sabotaging your plans or talking you out of it or putting doubts in your head, that kind of thing. So they just want you to, whatever inspiration they're giving you right now that you're building on, that's for your future, and also that will also help safeguard your life, they want you to be very discerning in how you are, basically share what you're sharing and with who. So it's like discernment with who you're sharing with as well. Some you can trust, but they want to give you discernment, and here you see the boundary with Therisas. They want to give you that boundary that is someone coming, from here, this area here. And Therisas is pointing with a sharp edge right out, straight out, basically blocking this energy coming here. So I'm going to find out more about what that energy is. I'm not saying. Let's see then. So it could be another offer to do something. So someone might offer you another idea that maybe it's you think, oh, that's more sensible, but there's like a block, and then Rido is the reverse. It's like they're pulling you in another direction, and it is a new day for you, a new time for you, new learning, new experiences. And we get Kenas even higher up, which is new learning. Where I want you to go is where you'll have new learning, where you learn something new, where you're really excited about, and you learn it very, very fast as well, because it's learning and knowledge that will enlighten you. So I'm gonna look in the Celtic Cross. We get some more information. Because we have to high level spirit guides to come through. What's going on? They want to take you higher, and they're giving you a stairway to heaven. That's what I'm hearing. To climb really high and reach a really high level. People will be amazed. They wouldn't even have a clue what you're up to, because people are gonna be talking, I feel, when they see what you're doing. I do feel like people are going to be like looking at what you're doing. People will talk about this in a way that in amazement. I'm going to pull one card. Actually, I do the dice. Yeah, creativity. Wow, look, your creativity will blow people away, and they're going to be talking about your creativity for a long, long time. Let's look in the Celtic Cross as well. Oh, that just fell. Look at the people looking at what you're doing. Some are triggered by it, very triggered. Your individuality, you have some kind of star quality, and it draws attention. It's a bit controversial as well, and people are shocked, amazed, and some triggered, and they can't not look at it. So we'll have a look in the Celtic Cross. For pile 3. So it has to do again with business, and this is a childhood dream of yours, or it certainly is your inner child that wants this. So there's something very pure and honest about what you're going to be doing, that this will fulfill you on an inner child level. 5 of Wands. And everything you're going through right now with the people that you're around, if there is conflicts and drama, it's there to teach you about yourself and teach you about people, so that once you get started on your journey, you will have no regrets. They want you to connect to your spiritual team more. Page of Wands is spiritual development. And 10 of Swords, they want you to also connect to your ancestors. So what's with the ancestors' love? Yeah, so a little bit sideways. So maybe you feel like maybe there's some regrets in regards to an ancestor, but this is a message of love from your ancestors. They want you to know that. And it could be someone maybe who passed away when you were very young that wants to come through. that had a strong influence on you when you were growing up. They also talk about a love relationship. And maybe you have some fears around this relationship. What is that? Success. So maybe it's a little bit like once it's very heartfelt, and this is similar to pile 2 actually, it becomes more successful because it's from the heart. So heartfelt and success, it's perfectly aligned. We get 9 of Swords. It could be that you feel a little bit of angst and stress in regards to decisions that you have to make. And here we get the Moon. So it could also be, again, a situation in your life that's very important to you. It's not completely clear what the full answer is. And it has a little bit to do with the Lovers and this decision that has to be made. And whether or not you can trust. Maybe there's a little bit of lack of trust in this relationship, because now we get 7 of Swords. So maybe you are trying to work out how much you can trust or how to trust in this other person. And there's a surprise person also coming into your life here as a Knight of Wands. And it has to do with your creativity. So it's someone that is a muse, someone who sparks your creativity. It's someone who makes you feel alive. So but it's basically a muse in your life. Then we get 7 of Wands, which is higher dialogue, and that's what they really want you to do now, is to have higher dialogue. And if you have, some of you can do mediumship actually. That is 10 of Swords with 7 of Wands, and also we got 7 of Swords. When you get a lot of 7s, it's basically about prayers. Even 7 of Swords, because 7 of Swords is a very independent energy, and someone who thinks completely different to other people and who follow their own ideas and guidance, and that is what an intuitive person have to end up doing at some point. They can't follow the stream. They have to go against the stream. So this 7 of Swords could very much also be this Knight of Wands. But it's something that is helping you connect to ancestors, to someone who's passed away. It could help you develop mediumship actually. What is this with mediumship coming up? Love. So it's a little bit trust that you need to allow this energy to come through. Unconditional love energy. That's how you stay safe in the energy. Okay, what else? Algis. Algis is the highest rune here, and that is your spiritual team. That is actually what it means. So they will channel this energy. So if you have an ancestor, it could be someone who is helping this energy come through in a way that is positive and happy. So it's not fear-based, because some of you could have had a bit of angst also in how to do this, and also if it's going to be a positive and not a negative experience. But as you can see, it's a very positive experience. And with Knight of Wands, it could be that this energy coming through this person could also be coming as younger than what they were when they passed away. And it could also be an energy in your life that is a new friendship as well, that helps you connect to your mediumship abilities. 3 of Wands, yes. So it's basically someone who will help you shift your consciousness higher, so that this energy, this mediumship ability can flow through. And when you connect, I feel like it's going to be an ancestor to start with. It will be easier to accept rather than fearful. And then you understand that whatever difficulties, whatever happened in the past, it can be forgiven and released. And if it can't be forgiven, then it can be released. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so I'm gonna ask again from these 8 cards if there's any last messages from your high level spirit guide. Some of you I feel is going to do creative writing and channeled through writing. That's what I'm getting. So Hermit just flipped over, and that basically means spiritual teacher, and you're being guided again to sit in meditation and take direct guidance and teachings from your spirit guide. And it's going to be how to protect your energy, how to protect your life, how to safeguard your life, how to feel safe, how to heal from trauma. Some of you have trauma from the past, and it could be in relation to an ancestor for some of you. It could be a chain of events that happened and it affected things in your life in a way that has maybe made it harder for you to self-protect later on. And they want to help you with this issue particular. What else do they want to teach? It's a home. Yeah, it's about how to have a happy, healthy home that is safe, that's a safe space, that is where you are fully protected, that where you can also safeguard your family as well. So let's find out more in the runes. One last message. So there has been a relationship that has had to be let go of because Eva's, which is a relationship rune, fell face down off the table. It's in the past, it's buried, basically, that's what they want to say. And when there has been hail in your life, they came in to help you, but some of you could have felt almost pushed through a storm as well and come through the other end. But the whole goal is here is to connect you deeper to your spiritual team. And here is a high-level spirit guide, and it's sitting right next to this owl. So it's a wise owl, so you might get owl as symbolism. And in this particular deck is actually Frigga, who is a weaver of destiny. So I feel like it could be a symbol of a female spirit guide who is very much a weaver of your destiny and who takes care of everything and who watches you and makes sure that you will always land on your feet. That's what they want you to know, and they want you to help them help you by connecting more into the Hermit energy, which is a very soulful, deep, spiritual relationship with your guides. That's what they want you to have. And that's what they are working towards, and that's what will happen because we get success next to the owl. So every time you see an owl, it's about this. Your destiny is about to unfold. Something is going to be protected and safeguarded in your life in a very positive way. And our guides can be both male and female, but the owl is it often reminds me of like a very wise feminine energy actually. And something is being protected in your life, and it could be a relationship, it can be your home, it can be your work, it's all of it. It's your health, it's everything that they're protecting. They're putting even a spell on it. I feel like they can do. Frigga is a magician. She's a female magician, and she can protect through spell work. And I feel like they put a spell on you to protect you, to safeguard you, so to make you as impervious as possible against any kind of harm. That's what the final message is. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this, and let me know how you're going. Bye.